Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to Lifestyle Manifesting. I'm Shannon, and on my channel, I discuss manifesting as a lifestyle in every area of your life. You are the creator, the designer, the director of your life. My processes are powerful and my processes work for you. You will have success. Today, I am reading Neville Goddard, Out of This World. This is chapter 2, and the title of this chapter is called Assumptions Become Fact. Assumptions become facts. Define your ideal and concentrate your attention upon the idea of identifying yourself with your ideal. When he says ideal, it's your desire, right? So define your ideal, define your desire, and concentrate your attention upon the idea of identifying yourself with the ideal. This is all about your identity. Identify yourself as having this desire. Neville goes on to say, assume the feeling of being it. The feeling that would be yours were you already the embodiment of your ideal. So how would you feel? How do you feel now that you have your desire? Embody that feeling. Then live and act upon this conviction. This assumption, though denied by the senses, if persisted in, will become fact. You will know when you have succeeding in fixing the desired state in consciousness by simply looking mentally at the people you know. In dialogues with yourself, you are less inhibited and more sincere than in actual conversations with others. Therefore, the opportunity for self-analysis arises when you are surprised by your mental conversations with others. If you see them as you formerly saw them, you have not changed your concept of self. For all changes of concepts of self result in a changed relationship to your world. So Neville is talking about when you're having inner conversations, okay? You have to identify with you having your desire. So identifying with you having your desire and having mental conversations. How would other people see you? If you have your desire, how do your friends see you? What do they say about you? In your mental conversations, they're not wondering what's going on with SP or what's going on with your finances. No, you have to see them in your mind's eye or in your imagination. You see them in your imagination as you see yourself with your desire. Neville goes on to say, in your meditation, allow others to see you as they would see you were this new concept of self a concrete fact. You always seem to others an embodiment of the ideal you inspire. Therefore, in meditation, when you contemplate others, you must be seen by them mentally as you would be seen by them physically, were your concept of self an objective fact. That is, in meditation, you imagine that they see you expressing that which you desire to be. So while you're having an imaginal scene or while you're affirming living in the end, you can also imagine or affirm how do others see you. Others are congratulating you because you got a promotion. Others are saying, you are so blessed because you have an amazing relationship. Imagine what others say about you and about you having your desire. Okay, Neville goes on to say, if you assume that you are what you want to be, your desire is fulfilled. Okay, let's repeat that. And there's a little more. If you assume that you are what you want to be, your desire is fulfilled. And in fulfillment, all longing is neutralized. You're not longing for your desire. You must assume you have it, okay? If you assume that you are what you want to be, your desire is fulfilled. Keep assuming you are the person you want to be. Keep assuming you have the desire. And in fulfillment, all longing is neutralized. You cannot continue desiring what you have already realized. Your desire is not something you labor to fulfill. You don't have to put in a lot of effort. You're not laboring to manifest something, right? Your desire is not something you labor to fulfill. It is recognizing something that you already possess. I love this, right? We should highlight this part. Your desire is not something you labor to fulfill. It is recognizing something you already possess. Recognize you already possess this desire. It is assuming the feeling of being that which you desire to be. Believing and being are one. Believing and being are one. You're being this version of you. The conceiver and his conception are one, right? You're one with your desire. You're one with the conception. You're one with the outer world. Therefore, that which you conceive yourself to be can never be so far off as even to be near, for nearness implies separation. So, I mean, we could make ourselves feel better by saying, oh, my manifestation is near, it's close, but it's not really. The knowing is that it's coming from within you and you already have it. Sure, we could self-soothe by saying a manifestation's near. I know that it's working. Okay, I know that it's done. But now shift into the version of you who already knows you have it. It's already done. You already have it. It's not near because that implies separation. You already possess this desire. It's within your imagination. Being is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. If you assume that you are what you want to be, you will see others as they are related to your assumptions. Okay, so this was Neville Goddard, Chapter 2, Assumptions Become Facts Out of This World. And, Neville is just amazing and brilliant. I mean, it's not the only way to create reality, but it's a really powerful way, to know that everything is coming from you through your imagination, through your consciousness. The techniques that he's giving to us are to imagine first of all, you already have the desire, but you're imagining yourself and identifying yourself as the person, the one who has the desire. Now, how would others see you? If you have your desire, how does your best friend see you? How does your mother or father see you? How do your family members see you? What do they say to you? You could use that as part of your inner conversation. You could use that as part of your affirmations, okay? So you guys are powerful. Remember, you are the operant power. You create your reality. Hello, everyone. Okay, hi Shannon. How can I get rid of stomach pains? Trying not to worry. Start to speak. Remember, you remind yourself that your affirmations create and that you speak your life into existence. So speak healing into existence. I intend to feel healed, and I intend I'm feeling good, and I intend that however that feels, you can imagine that it's exiting your body. You can use breath work to help heal yourself also. The idea that you're breathing in, breathing in this peace and breathing in healing and breathing in wellness. And then when you're exhaling, you're breathing out the pain. So this is actually a really powerful way to use your imagination to imagine your body filling with health and vitality, and then breathing out the pain. Then you live in the end. Okay? Live in the end of what would you be doing without the stomach pain. You can imagine it or you can affirm it. Okay, SK, how can manifest billions? What if it's more believable to start small amount? You don't have to. How often do you personally affirm throughout the day? I direct myself the moment I wake up. I set my intention for the day of how my day is going, everything. And a lot of my intentions are general, like everything's always working out for me. I love that my life just comes to me. Everything is delivered to me. My life is delivered on a silver platter. I'm so lucky to be me. Okay, so those are some ideas of intentions that you set yourself up for the day. I'm in the right place at the right time. I always have the best opportunities, money, joy, love, everything flows into my life. The goodness of life is right here, right now. I only see the beauty in everything. I'm affirming. It's not that I'm affirming. I am affirming, but I'm just directing myself that I already have what I want. I'm already thinking that everything's coming to me. Okay. And I'm just consistently doing that through the day. There were times when I had to affirm something specific. Like I was affirming I am smart, probably for months and several years ago. I am smart. I mean, I have a master's degree, but somehow I still didn't feel that smart. Okay. So for whatever personal experiences I had growing up, I didn't feel smart. And that's why through the education process, I was like, well, if I get a master's, I'll feel smart. I didn't necessarily feel smart. Okay. Some people may, but for that, it was something within. I connected within. But anyway, I don't affirm that anymore because I just know who I am. And I know that's part of me. So at some point you will drop affirmations because it's who you become. You become that person and you don't need to affirm things like that anymore. Manifesting billions. I mean, just think how Oprah manifested billions. Okay. She wrote down, I think I heard the story that like she wrote down on a piece of paper and put it on her wardrobe or mirror or something, I am a billionaire. Remember, you're powerful knowing that the present moment is the only moment that exists. You don't have to believe it. It's not your job necessarily to believe it. It's your job to stay loyal to the affirmation. I am a billionaire. Money comes to me easily. It doesn't have to be believable. Okay. Remember, that's not your job for the orchestration of all that to happen. Your job is to choose your reality. Okay, now also start to just see that everything's equal because it'll be a powerful way to perceive your reality generally. Like there's not a difference, like Abraham Hicks says stuff like this. There's no difference between like a castle or a button and a castle or something like that, right? There's not a difference between that. It's just the perception. Okay, so play around in your mind with the perception of what you find what you're perceiving as valuable or more valuable, and just start to blur the lines for yourself. Okay, not totally necessary, but it is a powerful way just to see things more equal. Okay, Laura, when I'm living in the end, when I am living in the end that he is mine, isn't that still having him on a pedestal? No. Well, okay, it depends on your perception, right? Why don't you live in the end? If that feels like he's on a pedestal, live in the end that you have everything you want. Put yourself on the pedestal. Put yourself on the pedestal. You have everything you want. You're someone that gets everything you want. You're someone that embodies love and you feel chosen and you feel wanted. You're the creator of your reality. So remember, if you start to have thoughts, you're on your own at home and you're not really sure and you're like, am I actually putting him on a pedestal? All you have to do is decide, no, I'm not. You just decide that you're not putting him on a pedestal. Okay, think about living in the end of a relationship, even if you've never been in a relationship or, you don't really know what a healthy relationship or a good relationship is. Start researching what that is and get more clear on that. And now, like living in the end of being in a relationship, you would know that person's yours. You'd be like, yeah, that's my husband. He's mine. Like he's saying the same thing when he's out with his friends. Oh, that's my wife. She's mine. Okay, I thought I was doing well today, but he's out with a third party on a date. So what? Remember that circumstance doesn't matter, but you're making it seem like it matters because I understand you're figuring this out, but in the fact that you're asking this and paying attention to their life, you're obviously making it seem like it is important when it really isn't. Live in the end of not focusing. Don't focus on the 3P, the third party or your SP. You are doing well. Just decide you're doing well. This is how you demonstrate to your reality, and your reality will have a big shift. You have it. It's done. It's done. You didn't want that version anyway. Now focus on you. Focus on you. It's working out. We could even remember, you can define everything as this is the bridge of incidents, and they're out tonight breaking up, right? Remember, you're creating your reality. So if you are focusing on them, at least tell a story to yourself. It's not that it's just a story, it's that your stories are manifesting. Your assumptions are manifesting. This is an assumptive world, and your reality is only your world. There are infinite versions of him, infinite versions of the third party, infinite versions. So what, he's out. They're probably breaking up. That's it. It's over. This is the bridge of incidents. It's done. It's done. You're the operant power. Now, go on about your business. That's what Neville says, right? Go on about your business. Go on about knowing that you're amazing and you're loved and you're incredible and you're God's gift to this world. You're a masterpiece. You're unique. You're the one and only. You're the gift. Okay, so saturate yourself in that knowing. I have a fear that my boyfriend is cheating. What if it's true? How do I even change that? It's not, okay, so remember, your reality is reflecting you. Your reality. It's not any kind of coincidence. You have this fear probably for a very good reason, because whether you experienced in the past, you watched people in your family or friends, you had this experience, and that is your experience, and that's what's being your life, right? Manifesting, that's what's manifesting, or that's what your life is. Remember, all the fear, it's coming from you. So it's about learning how to dissolve the fear. Learning, first of all, you could dissolve the fear, at least some of the fear, by knowing you're creating it. It's coming from you. Your life is coming from you. It's going to be true if you stay in this state. It's going to be true if you stay in the state of fear and worry about him cheating. So how do you change it? Then you need to be in the state of love, in the state that it's a state of being, right? It's a state of security. It's a state of knowing you're chosen. It's a state of knowing you're wanted, right? All these states exist. There's infinite states, and you're always shifting in different states. So when you are secure and feeling more secure, feeling prioritized in number one, like I'm just painting a picture with ideas of someone. It's not the only way someone can be, but just painting a picture, right? I'm painting a picture of that person, the person who's secure and knows they're chosen and doesn't settle. A person who doesn't settle does not have a cheating person in their life. Okay, so you can change it. So you change it by knowing you have the ability to change it. He's only a reflection of you. He is the projection from within you. It's really powerful. Just meditate. Meditate means just spend time thinking about, because you have infinite answers within you. Spend time thinking about how you are one and connected with everything in your world, and that you're the operant power, and just meditate on that. Or operant power, or everyone is you pushed out, or oneness of reality. It's all the same, right? Just said in a different way. But if you meditate on that idea, you'll see more answers come to you. You'll just see that you know, because wherever you put your focus, you're going to expand and grow on that idea. Those ideas will come to you, whether they come through someone in the world or they come just from a realization. You were saying self-concept. Self-concept means work on yourself. Build yourself up. Build up your own self-esteem. Because when you have a more solid, strong self-esteem, you won't have those. You wouldn't even entertain someone in your life that possibly would be doing that, right? And now that we know we're the creators, the world is reflecting truly what's within you. Okay, Caleb. Hey, hi, Caleb. I'm really starting to feel less anxious while on Instagram. But what do I do if I feel like she's a distant memory and remembering things about her? I mean, you're in charge of your reality. You're in charge of your thoughts. You're in charge of directing yourself. Okay. I love it that you're less anxious. Don't you love that? Doesn't that feel good? Don't you want to be more in your power? Doesn't it feel good to feel empowered? Doesn't it feel good to feel strong? Doesn't it feel good to love yourself more? All of these things I know you're working on, right? And you are being this version of you. So you could redirect your thoughts. It's not a distant memory. Live in the end, because live in the end with a new memory. right? Live in the end of the wish fulfilled. You could practice feeling that she's right with you in the room. What if she's totally into manifest a specific person and she's like, oh, this is so cool. And you guys are like the power couple. And you're a power couple that are both into knowing that you're the creator of your reality and you are just striving to the top. You guys are just killing it in the world and you're just thriving together. And you're understanding how the laws of your world work and just getting to the big places that you want to be. So you could decide to create that kind of vision. Don't just let, this whole example of like being a sheep, right? The shepherd and the sheep. People are like a sheep, right? They're just following what I was a sheep also. So we're breaking free of being the sheep just in the herd. The sheep don't know where they're going. They're just following the shepherd. And so if we look at the world and, there's marketing or you should look this way or you should be this or you should be a doctor and we're just being herded along. And if you're not doing those things, maybe you feel like you're off to the side and not important. Okay, are you going to be the sheep just herded along in your life? So when you're saying to me, those memory, you're not, they feel like a distant memory. It's because you want to keep gaining control of your own imagination. Don't just be the sheep who's buying products and consuming in the world because we're told, hey, buy this and buy that, right? So you're gaining mental discipline for your own life, for your own thoughts, for your own self, for your own destiny. Instead of just living the destiny, how many people live the destiny that their parents told them to live? Sometimes it's part of the culture, someone's culture to be, whether they marry someone or have to have some sort of job because everyone in their family does it, and they decide not to go with what they want to do really in life because they feel obligated. We're breaking free of those are the, I'm trying to think of Neville. Was listening to him earlier today. It's like a prison. That's the word I wanted to come up with. It's like we're breaking free of prison. Okay. So we're bound to this. You're bound. It feels like you're bound to it, but we're learning how to break free of that, break free of everything that you don't want to experience. Okay. And it takes discipline to do this. I actually heard, was it Serena Williams or her sister, saying what gave her the success in life, the one thing, this was her perception, the one thing she needed to do to get where she is discipline. That's exactly what we're doing here. This is a discipline. It is a discipline. It's a discipline to keep focused on the dreams and the goals as if you already have it. It's a discipline to stay loyal to the vision, something you can't even see with your senses. That's a discipline. You are amazing at this. Decide that. Remember, you're going to affirm the person you already want to be. So you would say to yourself, I am disciplined. These are actually affirmations I said. I have a disciplined mind. I am absolutely focused. I know how to keep my focus. I know how to get what I want. Now, all of this time I was affirming that a couple years ago, I didn't know. I just knew I needed to affirm the person I want to be. I became that person. You will become that person. My ex left me for someone else. Can I get him back? But the new and changed version. Absolutely. You have to change the version of you. Okay, so the version of you who has a relationship where you feel loved and you feel treasured and you feel important, right? That you're in the relationship and you are loved by this particular person. Live in the end of that version of you. If you need additional help, I have my self-concept course. If you want to be having a little more hand-holding, join my VIP group. My VIP group is for people that want to level up, that understand they are the creator, and you just need to you need a little hand holding because you kind of forgot you're the operant power, but you get right back up. The consistent reminder that you're the operant power and no one controls your destiny other than you. But your world is what it is just because of what you lived, right? So now you're gaining conscious control. You want to see your ex with you. And a really great way to do that is we could affirm for the ex. That works. It does work. But it's really important to build the foundation of who you are and how you see yourself. So if you see yourself as like the best catch or the most amazing partner and the most like a really good person, I mean, I'm sure you think you're a good person, but the person who's the ultimate catch, if you see yourself that way, if you feel that way about yourself, it will be easier for you to believe that they want to be part of your life. And they will also reflect the version who is doing anything and everything to be part of your life, like moving mountains, right? Going above and beyond for you to be part of your life. So that's why you want to work on self-concept, because when you see yourself that way, it's just natural that your world's going to reflect how you view and perceive yourself and what you feel about yourself. So I do have a self-concept course, a very successful self-concept course that's created from success. The link in my description will take you to all everything that I offer. And also, Caleb was saying to Yasmin about you want to imagine a world where you where he's safe or where he's loyal to you, that you would feel safe and you would feel secure and you would feel like someone who is devoted to and someone who has a partner who's faithful. You would feel that. You could cultivate those feelings before you even have it, right? And when you do, you will have it. A young chinchilla, can someone come back even if you mess things up super bad? Absolutely. Absolutely. So you live in the end. Living in the end means you're thinking thoughts that you already have this desire. Okay. So you're going to speak to yourself as if it's already done. And it's already done from your perspective is you have it. Like, okay, so if this person's back in your life, you would be saying to yourself, I love that I have an amazing relationship, and I love that this worked out, and I love that I get everything I want, and I love that I'm loved. I love that I feel so good and so chosen and so treasured. Something also we could do for ourselves, give yourself the things that you want from that other person. So if it's love you want, give yourself love, right? If you want to be heard and seen, then make sure you're listening to your own self. You're listening to your bodies. You're listening to your body. You're listening to your own needs and wants. Are you putting your own needs and wants on the back burner because you're always helping your family and you're putting your needs on the back burner? Or maybe you did, if someone's doing that for a relationship. And if you're putting your needs on the back burner, you will see that you will see a reality where it shows you that you feel that way. You're on the front burner. You're listening to yourself. You're listening to your wants and needs. You're pampering yourself. You're listening to yourself. You're complimenting yourself. You're feeling proud about yourself. If you feel that way about yourself, the world will be a mirror. And it comes through other people showing you what you feel about yourself within, or what you assume. It's the sum total of everything you believe about the world and yourself in it. Tips to healing limiting beliefs. Identify what your limiting beliefs are. And you could decide that you have healed your limiting beliefs. You could decide that belief's not true. So you identify the belief. When you have the belief, now you're more in your awareness, right? The awareness of what you're thinking and what you're doing and who you're being. So now you're even more aware. I'm sure years ago you probably didn't even recognize it, right? Same with most of us. We just weren't aware of our own beliefs or what was limiting us. Okay, but first, you're already aware. That's powerful. Second, you're going to identify that and say that's not true. Okay, then you declare what you do want. I am healed. That belief's not even true. It doesn't matter that you didn't graduate high school. I'm not sure what your username is because it's just a dot. Okay, so you said, I didn't even graduate high school, so I feel dumb. There's no need to feel dumb. Didn't The Weeknd? I thought he didn't finish high school. Do you know how many people didn't finish high school? It's not a big deal. But only the fact that you're making a big deal makes it a big deal. Even Henry Ford only finished the 6th grade and built a huge, massive company, the Ford company, the Ford cars. It doesn't matter. Okay, Think and Grow Rich was a book about all the multimillionaires in the early 20th century. A lot of those guys did not go to high school, but don't make that a reason why you're not smart. Okay, I'm sure start researching the people that didn't finish high school. I'm not saying you couldn't go and get a GED, but to be honest, it doesn't matter because you could just live in the end. Live in the end that you're smart and you're successful. That doesn't affect who you are or what you get. That doesn't affect the outcome of your life. Now, if you think it affects the outcome of your life, it will. Remember, your beliefs are manifesting. Okay, so you can identify. I suggest no matter what situation you're in, find people that have done, or who are kind of like where you're at. So let's say they didn't finish high school. Find successful people, research successful people who didn't graduate high school. Okay, and let that person be someone that you admire. You could literally download traits of that person into you. Yeah. But you can. You also said you grew up thinking you weren't smart and couldn't learn quickly. But now you know something different, that you're the creator of your reality and you can change it now. And it's only your perception and you can change it now. Okay, the people are not smarter than you. The people that have built businesses are not smarter than you. Okay, it's all about mindset and it's all about what you tell yourself and it's all about what you say to yourself. Start saying, I don't care if you thought you weren't smart before, you are smart now. Just decide it. I am smart. I learn quickly. I get things. I understand. I am successful. I am getting everything I want. I am someone who gets everything I want. Yeah. And yeah, tell yourself how smart and intelligent you are because you decide that you are. Perfect. You just have to persist. I promise you, if you persist, look in the mirror, tell yourself how smart you are, how amazing you are, how successful you are, that you are brilliant. I was affirming, my kids are young, and my youngest son at the time was like 7, and I just was testing out the law, and I just started affirming. I'm like, okay, how about if my kids start to invent something that brings millions, okay? I mean, I didn't manifest that, but I did manifest that I said, I started affirming, I intend my kids are making inventions and they're coming up with brilliant ideas and they're making inventions. Well, my son was 6 at the time and he started writing out, he'd take a piece of paper and make some idea. He never did it before, but once I started affirming this, I started paying attention to what my world was showing me, reflecting back. And then he's showing me like things like, hey, mama, I invented this. And it was a big thing in our family because even at his dad's house, everyone was talking about how he's always coming up with these ideas and these inventions. So I kind of don't doubt that someday he's going to be inventing something. I just planted the seed. I'm not worried about it, but I'm also not worried whether or not he invents something because I just see a vision of him as success. Like it doesn't matter, right? So to see the vision of yourself as your success and it's not just success, but it's like fulfillment. You feel happy and you feel fulfilled and you feel successful and you feel good about yourself and you feel love. Okay, just like paint that picture of that's your destiny. You'll manifest that. Christina, how do I manifest my two younger boys not to get into trouble and just do as told? You're imagining that, okay? You could affirm that to yourself. My boys are always great. My boys are well behaved. You could see the vision of them as success. Here's the thing. Kids, you could also believe kids get in trouble, but it's not a big deal. Okay. But you don't want to think, if you're thinking they get in trouble and now your assumption is, I don't know, are they ever going to go anywhere in life, right? You'll eventually create that kind of reality if you keep going down that mindset. So they got in a little trouble, okay? But they're good people and you believe in them. Okay, if you could create that you believe in them and you could pull the goodness out of them, you can pull the brilliance out of them by seeing them that way. And you can do that by affirming it. Okay, affirm it. Let's say you tell them to do something. You're like, hey, go clean your room. And then they're not doing it and they're disrespecting and they're not listening. what you could do is imagine. I mean, some people might make them do it, but you could, I've done this. You can imagine, just imagine. This is a discipline because you're not going to be looking at what's happening, right? You're going to imagine that they're in the room cleaning it. You're going to imagine that they're saying, I love you and appreciate you. You're going to imagine that they said, my room's all clean, or whatever it is, right? So imagine more of what you want. And then you're giving also everything good meaning. Okay? Like, for instance, even if my kids forgot to brush their teeth, my belief was if you don't brush your teeth, you're going to get cavities. Remember, we're creating cause and effect in our own life. If you believe that, that's your life. That's what happens, right? So people take care of their teeth and okay, I'm not saying don't take care of your teeth, but what I'm saying is you could change the cause and effect. Because if we're on vacation or whatever, I mean, we're on summer vacation and I'm not going to make the assumption like, oh my God, you forgot to brush your teeth. You better brush your teeth or you're going to get cavities. Your teeth are going to fall out when you get older. Do you see? Those are even what we're creating in our reality. Those are just beliefs that we hold because they exist. But it's not final. It's not totally true. So I never say, I don't believe that anymore. It's not that I'm not encouraging them to brush their teeth and take care of their body, but I'm not making cause and effect about, I'm paying more attention to what I believe is cause and effect. Okay. I saw a coach saying living in the end with SP and the head is pushing him away. That's a lie, right? Yeah, well, you're the creator of your reality. It's not like a one-way way to go. That coach is probably teaching that because it worked for her or him, right? The coach is saying that it is true if you believe it's true. Do you understand that? So that coach probably has had the experience. They just had the experience. That's their perception, and that's what they're teaching. Okay, it's not that it's a lie. It's true or not true depending on if you believe it. Okay, so it's not. I mean, I know in my own reality, it's not working that way. Okay, so you decide how you want it to be. I mean, do you want to create a reality? Like sometimes people like to think about their SP. Okay, do you want to create a reality that, oh my God, if I think about them, I'm actually pushing them away? If you're living in the end with SP in your head, okay, you're living in the end instead of just picturing you in the end. No, I mean, we're already doing this. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just giving you the tools for you to make the final decision because I see a broader picture. And I'm not saying that person's wrong. It's just that's the way that they're teaching. And I bet that coach does have success. You understand there is no right or wrong. There's just a different way. The way Tony Robbins teaches is not the wrong way. Because you guys know who Tony Robbins is, right? But he's all about work hard, be disciplined. Well, yeah, be disciplined. But I mean, it's just different. I'm totally teaching. I've been there, but I don't want to do that anymore. I'm teaching sit back and have everything come to you because I've tested it and it works. And people in my life have tested it and it works. You just have to change your belief around it. So it's not that anyone is wrong. It's just that they're teaching a different way. Here's what I do if I see somebody's video or I see something, especially on TikTok, I might see a feed of a coach. I'm not going to rip that coach down. I'm just going to listen and hear a new perspective. And I'm just going to choose, is that something I want? Like, is that something that I think would work for me or not? And I might just be like, no, that's not for me. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be for me. Okay. But you could just decide where you could decide how to pull the value out of anything. I usually ignore coaches with limiting beliefs, but that one scared me. Yeah. Okay, so it is a limiting belief, but a limiting, like, if you really, really understand, I'm I'm sure I have limiting beliefs, but do I need to focus on it? No. If I'm doing something that works, is it okay? Yes. Right? So if we could look at it that way. So even though instead of focusing on what the coach is doing wrong and the coach has limiting beliefs, you could say, oh, good, that's good. Good for them. Good. That works for them. And you could decide whether or not you want to integrate that into your life, if it resonates with you or not. And that's not the only way to perceive it. Again, this is my perception. This is my perception. I'm sure I have, sometimes I do hone in a little more limiting, because if you're talking about a specific topic, it's the easier way. If I'm telling you, you could do this, or you could do that, or you could do that, or you could do that, or you could do that. For some people, it's too much. Some people want to be told what to do. Some people like it. Some people like to have that clear focus. Just do this. And then they're like, okay, that worked. Okay, see a bigger, broader picture of that now? It's not that it's a bad thing. Even me reading Neville Goddard, he's very limiting, especially with a specific person. He would always say, oh, imagine if your specific like if there was a woman, usually it was like a woman, right? And Neville said to the woman, that woman's like, I really want that man. And he's like, but if that man died, would you still want him? And he talked about how countless times the woman walked down the aisle with a different man. Okay, well, Neville had a different perception. He just had a different perception about it. Change your inner conversations and the external appearances change. Absolutely. And that's really what Neville Goddard's, he said, if there were any techniques, if there was only one technique to do, it would be have the inner conversations. We are always having inner conversations. Okay, so are you having an inner conversation with your boss or your specific person or your mom or someone you're fighting with, and you're reliving that story in your mind? You're just recreating it and keeping it as part of your life. So if we could change our inner conversation, you're going to see something new. Okay, instead of fighting with your SP about what they did wrong, you could be having inner conversations about how you love each other and what's going right. Your external appearance will reflect the new inner conversation. When you stay loyal, like you have to persist in that conversation until it becomes your own life, until it's manifested. Malika, doing self-concept and SP affirmations and attracting every other man. Amazing. Why don't you decide? Amazing. That's incredible. Look at you. You're God's gift. Look at how much your working on your affirmations is reflecting in your world. Look at how powerful you are. Your world is showing you what you're doing and thinking is a reflection. So it is working. It is working. And the more that you reaffirm and confirm, it's working. I got this, right? You reinforce it. It's true. It is true. It's totally true. And now you want to reinforce the truth of that. This is your truth. The truth is the world's a reflection of you. And if it worked for that SP or the X's and it worked for all those other men, it's working. It's working. It must work for SP. See how you just shift it around? Because some people might say, oh, it worked for all of them, but it doesn't work for SP. And why isn't it working for SP? And I don't know why it works. Okay, do you want to create that reality that it's not working for SP? Or do you want to decide it's done, right? It worked for all of them. All of them. It's working. If it works for them, it must work for SP. It's already done. Okay? So you're just reaffirming that to yourself. You're reminding yourself of that. It's done. Mariella, you went to the gym, prayed to see your crush, but he wasn't there. Okay, but when you didn't see, remember, you're the creator of your reality. So keep imagining you see him. Keep imagining and living in the end. Instead of creating reality on what you see, just keep living in the end. Instead of saying he never came, we didn't run into each other. If you're staying loyal and saying, nope, it's done. I saw him. Even if you said, I saw him, right? I already saw him. That was cool. I love that. That felt good. We had a great interaction. Do you know how quickly you could create your reality where he could be parking in the parking lot and walking in while you're walking out? Or you could actually see him at the gas station or at the convenience store. Do you understand that? Just keep living in the end. It doesn't have to be at the gym. Just keep living in the end. Just keep living in the end. Because you could be even at a party and your friend of a friend happens to know this crush. And you're at the same party if you live in the end. So just live in the end of seeing that person smile at you or laughing and interacting with you. Yeah, but don't be so sad you didn't see him, because when you're so sad you didn't see him, you're like back and forth with your reality. You have to stay like laser focused to your vision. I know that's the facts, that appears to be the facts of life, but the facts of life are coming from you. Okay? So instead of feeling sad you didn't see him, just say, I know this is working. I intend to see him. I'm going to run into him. It's working out in my favor. Okay? Or just go to the end. Go to the end and be like, oh my God, this turned out to be the most amazing relationship. And we have so much in common. And it's really easy to talk to one another. And we feel really good with one another. And like, it feels so safe and good. Right? It feels easy. Like you could go to the end of actually being in a relationship with this person if that's what you want. And Laura said, don't let the 3D affect you, babe. Okay. It's hard, but guess what? You're going to make it easy. You're going to start turning the tables and life is going to feel easy for you. Oh, Lynn said, Shannon, I'm feeling so on top of the world. I love your YouTube affirmation videos. Thank you. You're welcome, Lynn. Thank you for letting me know. I'm glad that they're working for you. Great. Okay, Kat. Can you do a rampage on bringing a relationship back? Okay, yeah. Well, okay, so even though it appears that you're bringing it back, let's just shift, like let's jump into that reality. And I'm gonna end on this rampage, okay? So the relationship is already back. Okay, imagine it happened yesterday. It happened yesterday. That's what, we don't have to go way far into the future. Just imagine it was yesterday and the relationship is already back. And this is how you're feeling right now. You're feeling grateful. So I'm going to say it in the first person. So I want you to think from, you could repeat after me, or you could just sit there and saturate yourself like, oh my God, this is true. This happened yesterday. I love that this happened yesterday. I love how powerful I am. I love that I know what I'm doing. I love that I knew exactly what to do to bring this relationship back into my life. I love that I'm beautiful and I'm chosen. I love that I feel treasured. I love that I feel so good. I love that my desire is mine. I love that this relationship is only getting better and growing. I love that we're on a solid foundation. I love that I know how to create a powerful relationship. I know how to feel chosen. Okay, you can come up with your own ideas of a little rampage just by imagining it happened yesterday. Thank you, Anne. So imagine it happened yesterday. Okay, I want you to place that event in the past. It already happened. Not that your brain. Well, okay, we're manifesting also by assumption. This is how you manifest quickly. Okay, you're placing it in the past. It's only a memory. The past is only a memory, so you replace the memory like it happened yesterday. It happened yesterday. Today, you're feeling on top of the world. Today, you're just feeling at ease, right? Aren't you feeling at ease that you have what you want? If you could practice feeling at ease, and you could practice feeling life is good, okay? You practice that, because you don't want to be depending on someone else for your happiness. You're going to choose your own happiness and depend on yourself for your happiness. And that's going to bring them into your life. All right, guys, I love you all. It's getting dark because I'm sitting in front of the window. So I love you all. You are the operant power. You have the power to make a change quickly. You could literally snap your finger. I like to have that idea that I could just snap my finger and change things, right? And I'm like, I can change this now. And I know what I'm doing now. Okay, so you're the operant power. You're the master manifester. If you need additional help, hit the link in my bio. There's many ways to work with me. So you guys have an amazing night. Love you all. See you tomorrow. Bye.